This is great. This is a great segue.
It's recording, yes.
Welcome back to the podcast.
Oh, boy.
Tony's going to show us some video footage of him getting attacked by a Hitler dog.
What kind of dog was
Hitler dog.
One of those
Malinois.
Malinois.
Oh, Malinois. Those are French.
Oh, that's the one.
It's the John Wick 3 dog. That's what I keep calling it.
Malinois. Are they really French?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're French.
Malinois are ferocious, dude.
They were saying,
we know firsthand.
They were saying they've gone
to
to these dogs more than German Shepherds because of their small body size.
Yeah, they can.
Oh, they're Belgian.
Yeah, that's right.
Still not Germany.
Closer.
It was the first place they took over.
Hey, you know, Hitler had a few. I don't really know. This is not a history podcast. Let me introduce the table. We got Cam, Chris,
Hey.
Hello.
Tony,
I was sucked into
and myself, Austin.
to the Malinois.
Not Zach.
Yeah, Zach's not here tonight. He's moving.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to share that? I don't know.
He said something, but he didn't full on announce it.
Yeah,
but
we're best friends, and we're here at this table, not helping him.
In fairness, he set this whole thing up without telling us.
Yeah, he let us know yesterday.
He even let us reschedule this filming to this day without saying anything.
Yeah, so
And then
this
a couple
falls
days
on
before
your
it
head,
changed.
Zach.
I think it honestly sounds like, at least from the way the text read, I think this was Kara's doing. I think she probably planned it because it's her family that's showing up to help move. So she probably was like, "Oh, FYI, everyone's coming to help
Just so
you
you
move."
know, your
But
commitments
I could
don't
be
matter.
wrong. I don't know. When you guys watch this, Zach and Kara, correct us.
Well, I know he couldn't be here last Thursday, and I couldn't be here.
He was
So
out
it's
of
got
town
scheduled
last week,
today.
and you were sick. Yeah. And then
I was
Cam, you
also
were
sick, but I let you guys take the fall.
Austin and I secretly hosted one. And
He let me
I'm
know.
just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should have, just the two of us.
So Austin's on
that's
the
the thing is
computer
you-
and running the thing.
Yeah. Right? Jamie. Yeah, I'm on it.
He's talking to himself. Hey, will you look this up? Yeah, totally.
Oh, man.
So this is all it's letting me cast to.
Oh, that's just here in the house.
Is it?
So-
Send it to me.
Oh, can you send him?
Yeah?
Messenger.
Send him a link in text, and then he'll be able to open it.
How do you do it as a link? With
Hit
this-
cancel. Are you on the phone? Are you on it?
Mhm.
So hit share.
IT,
And then
baby.
it should be create a link somewhere right here.
Oh. Hold, please.
Yeah, so I jumped into this podcast because Tony got attacked by that Malinois, and he's got some video to show us.
What's those little dogs that are ferocious?
That's them, the
Shih
Malinois.
They're freaking awesome.
no,
He's
those
not
are-
wrong.
That looks like a shepherd, like a German shepherd.
No, dude, they're
almost.
tiny. They're like up to your knee.
Oh.
They're probably like half or 2/3 the size of a German Shepherd.
There's another one that has short hair though. It's not like
That is
yeah, the
short hair.
Malinois have short hair. I don't know why that.
That's a
weird
Belgian
dog-
Shepherd.
Yeah, that's a Shepherd. So a Belgian Malinois.
okay.
They're more sleek. Yeah,
yeah, that's
like
what I'm
that.
thinking of.
They're
Yeah,
more
dude, those
sleek
things
looking.
are
Share it.
terrifying.
Things terrifying. It's
Just so
gonna
they
Look
see
at
the
this.
kind of dog.
eat your.
Yeah. Don't let these little pretty faces fool you.
Dude, look at
These
this.
guys are hopped up on crack and fighting crime.
See that thing? That's freaking Batman up on his gargoyle waiting to
Dude,
pounce on a
If
bad
you want to
guy.
see some of their potential, seriously, watch John Wick 3.
Where are the
They're freaking awesome.
Or you can watch a really old retro Men Try video where Cam and I get attacked by these
It's
exact
so
dogs
good, dude.
in bite
So
suits.
good.
And it was terrifying.
Did you get that? I sent it to you.
Yep, right
Yeah,
here.
he's pulling it up.
Awesome.
Just don't go full screen, right?
Exactly.
As it goes.
Does this look like a little weight?
Oh, wait. Oh. Tony, you put on a little weight there, bud.
Right? That's my snowsuit.
He's like, just so you know, he knows what he wants to eat your face. Oh yeah.
You better stick out your arms, boy. He coming for you. Look at that. He's ready to go. He's a gladiator.
Dude, that first initial bite right there, that felt like getting my arm slammed in a car door. Like, that
Yeah.
was...
Their jaws are extremely powerful.
Yeah.
So
it
it's a
was-
9mm. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, these things were so cool.
Well, the other wild thing that
Yeah,
they
they're
like
pretty.
told us when we did it is when they first bite into you and they get that bit of flesh, they want more, so they go in deeper. They're just like, and then they try to get even deeper onto your arm, like,
yeah.
and they like it.
So yeah, they were telling us, they're like, you watch these dogs. He's like, the whole thing, all of it is a game to them.
Yeah.
They just want their toy and like.
Oh yeah.
You're the toy.
I mean, well, no, this dog.
Damn.
So
pull,
even
pull ours up.
They're gonna tear your squeaker out.
so even after this, he gave him like a toy ball as a treat, and this dog was so happy to have his ball. Like he did what he was supposed to do, so he gets his ball.
Yeah. They
It was so cool.
they are legitimately on crack. They are 100 miles an hour 100% of the day.
So in this case, it was cool because he was showing us pictures, like slides and stuff. He's like, so one of the number one questions I always get is, can the dogs turn it off? And he said, he's like, this dog is my family dog. He's like, and he showed us pictures. The dog's playing with his kids. It's snuggly. It's all fun and everything. And it's like, so this is his family dog, and it's the sweetest little thing and stuff. But then when he's in cop mode, man, that thing is ready to go.
Yeah.
So it's just cool how they're like that.
So this is where we get to do the arm thing. We didn't have the full suit on for this.
Nope. So we
Yeah.
did what you did,
Uh-huh.
Oh man.
but just
That
you win. I'm yours.
They had the arm thing too, but they put us in the suit.
It pinched your skin.
Yeah.
Yours. You can have it. Okay. I don't even like that color on me. Heart's pounding. Oh my gosh. How much does she weigh?
45 pounds.
Yeah, 45-pound dog,
45
dude.
pounds.
Maple upstairs weighs more than her.
Why is that?
By 20 pounds.
Whoa! Right here. Right under my chicken wing?
Dude,
Fine.
I was so afraid of getting that
I'm
pinched.
getting this one.
Oh my god.
Look at him hold my head back. He didn't want me to.
Oh my god!
Get the bad guy.
Oh my god!
Thank you.
That is terrifying!
My adrenaline was rushing, dude.
Oh, me?
Yeah, sign up. There you go.
I thought you were talking about it. You got your beanie?
You gonna run?
Yeah, we get to first semantics, you know.
At least you roll real.
Gotta have some fun. You gotta work off that anxiety.
Oh, I know right where this is at.
Yeah.
That was down the street from your house.
Yeah.
I did it! Austin, what did I do?
You got a blue dot on your house and you were seen at a school.
That's too real.
That's too real.
Who's lifestyle? I need a crime. Anybody? A
They're not
crime.
paying attention.
None of you are listening to me. Look at the man in the big suit. I need a crime. Anyone? What do you got? Robbery. What did I steal? Come on, let's be more abstract.
Bars of
Canine
gold.
crunchies. I stole canine crunchies from Taylor Swift's Shih Tzu.
Okay.
Gosh, my forehead itches. Everything itches.
Here, I'll get the dog to get it for you.
Just stand still. Hold.
Hey, dog.
You smell what the Rock's cooking? Because he's cooking kibbles and bread for breakfast. And it ain't yours.
Run, boy. Ew. You get lit up, dude.
Slid so far. Funny.
That's so cool.
Do you regret stealing those biscuits?
When you're running, think you pick up speed and you look over your shoulder, you see that guy freaking bolting at you, dude.
Dude, you didn't look
Just
like
give
you
up.
You weren't going fast at all.
I felt like I was going fast.
So funny.
Wait till you're in the suit.
All right. Oh, it's so sweaty.
You were naked
benefits of
running
going
through
second.
Kmart.
Deal. Blue light special.
Blue light special.
You want a piece of this?
You're
Your
terrible.
face real close.
Dude, I was scared. He told me to put my arms out like chicken wings, and he gets my neck. Watch this airborne. Boom!
He slammed you down on the ground.
Yeah, dude.
That's so good.
Slam me.
I like the screams he makes. How's your heart? Oh, I'm good now. It's funnier watching from the other side. Right? So funny watching someone in a fat suit run for their life. You know, I'm really glad
Anyway.
you're on.
They were dope.
Yeah, so those Malinois, we actually didn't show it on my end, but they panicked when the dog got on me because he started to go for my neck.
Ugh.
And
Yeah.
the neck is protected somewhat, but it definitely is
Barely.
vulnerable. Yeah. So they had to hurry and pull that dog
The
off.
wildest part was after that, we did another thing with the red arm guard, I think, where they would sick the dog on you, but the dog knew not to attack you unless you moved. So they'd be like, "Hey, don't do anything. Move, hold still," because that's what they do with criminals. They'd be like, "Freeze, like don't move," and they would sick the dog on them, and the dog will literally stand within inches of you, barking at you and kind of hopping, but it won't touch you unless you move. So you stand there, and you're like, "Oh my gosh!" And
Feeling
then
froggy?
they're like, leap. Yeah, and then they're like, "Okay, do it. Move your arm," and you go like this, and the dog's like
That's crazy.
grabs you.
They showed us, it was actually really cool. They showed us like actual body cam footage. So they were going after this one guy who went and barricaded himself in this like shed. And it was kind of in like this alleyway. I don't know, kind of hard to explain. But they were showing us real body cam footage. And this guy, the story that they got was that he had a knife. And they were like, this shed is small. He's in there. They don't like the trying to defend themselves was going to be slim. So they just kind of surrounded the shed, and then they just called out to him, and they were like, you know, "Please don't make me send the dog in after you. Just come out." And then he would like turn to his dog. He's like, "Bark," and the dog barks and stuff. He's like, "Bark again." The dog barks and stuff. Sure enough, it wasn't more than a minute, and the guy comes out and surrenders. And he's like, "There's an intimidation factor about having that dog," and people are just like, "Nah, I'm not." Like, there's some. Like, they even told us another story where, like, this guy, he was talking a tough game about, like, "Come in with anything you got," blah, blah, blah. Like, he was ready to, like, stand his ground. And then they're like, "We got canines," and they had the dogs bark. The guy gave up. And it was just like, dude, those dogs, man, they're intimidating.
Well, it's like with a human, you feel like you can reason. Like if a police officer is beating you up, you can be like, "Oh, no, I heard, I give up. That's too much. That's too much." Like you can reason with it. With a dog that's ripping into your flesh, you're not gonna be like, "Hey, that hurts. Stop." They're gonna be like, "Oh, sorry."
Right?
You're gonna be like, "No, it's delicious." Arr.
Yeah.
Yeah. That whole day was cool. We
That's
took
so
a
fun.
whole tour of like their different departments. Like we got to learn about their SWAT team, got to see the big armored truck and all their
They set
SWAT
off a
gear.
flashbang.
No. But
I
they,
saw one of those when I was a
they were
kid.
showing us one of their like not recruitment, but just kind of as a fun thing. They have this stuff. It's called the CS powder. And it's kind of in the same family as like pepper spray, but as cool as it is, it doesn't affect the dogs. They don't know why, but it doesn't affect the
that's
dogs.
cool.
It only affects humans. It's something to do with like their eyes and sinuses and stuff. But as kind of like a thing, they used to be able to, that fire building off of 12th Street.
Yeah.
The fire department
Yeah.
uses it for trainings and things.
Yes. Yeah.
They used to let the police department also use it, but for whatever reason they don't anymore. So they bought themselves one of those big storage containers, and they do it in that. But before, when they could go in the tower, they would fill it with that CS powder stuff, and then they'd have them wear a mask up to the 4th floor, and then they had to take the mask off and come down. And like they showed us one video, there's like, this guy is like, he was an ex-Marine, hardcore veteran, everything like that. And he comes out and he's on his knees just, and he's just dying and stuff. And they go put him in front of a fan, blow some water on his face, because it just blows the dust off your face and then you're good pretty much. But just some of the stuff. One of the interesting things was we got to talk to one of the pros about all the gangs in like the Weber, Ogden area and stuff. And I was like, I don't know, I think little old Utah, and it's like, no, there's like 6
Yeah.
or 7 major gangs around here. And
There's biker.
That was
gangs,
well.
too.
There was that.
yeah.
There was that. It wasn't really a shooting, but like Fashion Place Mall. Somebody,
yeah.
There was somebody shot a gun at the mall.
This was just like 2 weeks ago.
Exactly. On the anniversary of the last time it happened.
Right.
And it was gang related.
Yeah.
Like rival gang members started shooting at each other.
See, and someone asked the question, they're like, so if we, because the way he was talking, these guys are obviously extremely dangerous. And someone asked the question, they're like, so if we see someone with these tattoos, these markings that signify they're gang related, and he's like, don't worry. He's like, the odds of like something happening to you just because you happen to walk by them, he's like, it's 9 times out of 10, it's gang on gang. Like it's not, they're not just going to go after some innocent bystander. Cause he said like the recruitment things and like the initiatory things isn't really a thing anymore. Like they kind of just take people on. And
Really?
yeah,
It's like
almost
Capulets and Montagues.
one of the newest
Should
ones.
we go join one?
Let's
They're
start
taking-
our own.
It sounds like they're recruiting.
Let's start our own.
One of the ones that kind
New
of
Kids on the Block is what we called.
One of the ones that kind of, in a way, cracks me up. But, I mean, it's not funny. But they're called the White Boys. And they're basically like a white supremacist
Oh my god.
kind of thing. But they have a list of like 50...
Real original name.
They probably spell with an I too. Boys.
But they have like a list of like 50 things that you're never supposed to write down. You're supposed to memorize it. But in a basic traffic stop, they found this list written down. But it was like all of their things that if you're part of their gang, you have to abide by. And some of them is like, you have to stay debt free. And it's like, he showed us a picture of one of them. And it's like, you think these guys are debt free?
Yeah.
And one of them is like, you have to always be like clean cut, wear nice clothes.
Credit score above 730.
Right. One of them.
That sounds like a gang I could get behind.
One of the
So
sad
far.
ones. One of the sad ones was
responsible
no
dads.
sex offenders, but he said that they're having a hard time recruiting, that now they're taking sex offenders. And so, because like how it's not a
Imagine that.
secret that usually if a sex offender goes into prison, they're unanimously hated. Well, now this gang will actually take them and stuff. But
Gross.
yeah,
Well,
We-
now I don't want in.
Nope.
right.
I did, but not some more now.
One of the other cool, well, I say cool, but was we learned about like active shooters. He showed us some like actual body cam footage of different things. Talked about how in the active shooter situation, he said cops have like 3 steps they follow. First is the citizens or the victims or whatever. Second is themselves and the other police officers. And then third is the shooter. And he said, he's like, I'm going to show you 2 situations. The first one, they swapped those first 2 and why it's a big no-no. The second one is how it looks when they follow that order. And sadly, the one that where they swapped it was that shooting in Texas, the school shooting in Texas, where it took the cops like
yeah.
over an hour to...
Evaldi or something like that.
Yeah. So
That
like
was
he showed us
messed
that, and gosh, one of the heartbreaking stories. So like in the media, in one of the security footages, you see one of the cops on his cell phone, and people were all pissed about it. Well, what you don't know is that his wife is one of the teachers in the school, and she's texting him saying, the shooter's in my room, I've been shot, a couple of my students have been shot, and he tries to go. He tries to go down, and his commanding officers grab him and pull him back. They're like, we're not ready to go yet. You can't go. His wife ends up bleeding out and dying along with her students.
Aw.
And it was a mess. Then the one that he showed how it's supposed to be, he was like, fair warning, this is a little graphic. This is actual body cam footage. And I can't remember. It was another school one, and I can't remember where it was at. This one, there was only, I say only loosely because it's sad no matter what, but there was only 6 fatalities. But the school, first off, did everything right. They did kind of the run, hide, fight situation. So they had everyone locked down. Everyone was accounted for. So when the cops pulled up, this teacher was standing outside. She's like, all students are accounted for except for 2. Here's the keys to the building. So like they were ready to go. Cops show up. The guy whose body cam footage you can hear him. He's like, I need a 3-man team right now. And they run up on the door. They start casing each room, clear, and stuff, until they start to hear more shooting. Because at first they didn't hear anything. And then they hear shooting and they're like, that's upstairs. Let's go. And they run upstairs. And like, seriously, it's like maybe a max of like 3 minutes. And they find the shooter. They take her down, female shooter, which was kind of surprising. I feel like you don't hear about that, but they shoot her. She drops, and kind of the sad but serious thing is then near the end of the video, you hear a couple more shots, and he was saying she started to reach for her gun one more time, and so they had to make sure she was down. But like the two differences there, it's like seriously less than 5 minutes, and she's done 6 victims as opposed to, what was it, like 30 something in that Texas one. But no, the whole day was just cool. And they warned us at the beginning. They're like, there's a lot of, speculation about what cops do, and some people hate us, some people love us. And he's like, we just want you guys to be educated at the end of this, and we hope that you understand and different things. And I've always backed up the police.
I think we can all say here at the table, we all back policemen 110%.
But it was a cool day.
What was it for? Like, why did you go?
So I'm part of, through my work, I'm part of this thing. It's through, it's called LNU. It stands for Leaders of Northern Utah. And it's like a bunch of managers and even some entrepreneurs that just in the Davis-Weber County area. And it's basically like a class. It's once a month, and it just teaches you how to be a better leader. But we go once a month, and each month it's something different. So there was 1 month we went to this medical center where they have these very high-tech dummies that nurses and stuff can come in and practice on. But it's their eyes are digital, so they can set their eyes to be bloodshot or yellow or whatever, depending on their condition. They actually breathe. One of them actually gives birth. She's got a full-blown...
Creepy.
Wait, where was this?
Wait till the AIs get a hold of them.
It's right in Riverdale.
We can create our own.
And do you know where...
Dude, I'm thinking Mentry.
I just
We need to
realized that.
deliver a baby.
I just realized that.
You should do it.
Let's do it.
So one of the ladies in my LNU class works there. So
Oh, please give me the hookup.
okay, I'll let you know.
That'd be
Maybe
fun.
all of us could go deliver a baby.
It's cool.
Anyway,
That sounds fun.
Yeah, each month is something different. We do something pretty cool each time. So
that'd be way fun.
Arm the teachers.
Yeah, 110%.
Arm the teachers.
I
they
totally agree.
They asked about that, that question was brought up in that, and they in fact, one of the officers said his wife's a teacher, and he's like, she would never touch a gun, and he's like, and that's her opinion, but what they all believe is they believe 110% that there should be a police officer in every school.
More than that,
Yeah.
a couple at
Well,
least.
think about it. It's just if you arm the teachers, most of these happen in no gun zones, so there's no threat at first, right?
Yeah.
So they go in there, do that evil thing. But if you say that there are armed teachers here, it's a deterrent.
Yeah, they're going to pick
Yeah.
a weaker subject.
Especially if you do it in a way of you don't know which ones are armed.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true.
Make it anonymous.
It's if you leave it up to the teachers to choose, it's we're going to give you this option.
Right.
And if you choose not to, fine. That's totally fine.
take training,
But if you were to
specialized
have
training.
a school of, say, 30 teachers, and even 10 of them are armed.
5.
5, yeah.
Yeah.
And know what they're doing, have them trained. And,
Yep.
Yeah, I actually saw something about Utah legislature was trying to pass a law about that just
Awesome.
recently, right?
I'm all for it.
I know that at one of my kids' schools, they actually have a retired either Marine or something to that effect as a guard there at all
Dude, I think
times.
that would be the best thing, actually. Like,
Veterans.
get a lot of these veterans who have a hard time finding a job,
Oh,
protect our
dude,
schools.
They're not afraid of anything, man.
Exactly,
They're
like-
freaking hardened.
Like in
You know what I mean?
it's two birds with one stone. You're protecting our kids, and you're honoring and giving a job to the people who protect our country.
That and take away the publicity. Don't ever say who it was that did it. Don't give no names.
No recognition.
nothing.
Burn the manifestos without reading them.
Right.
Yeah.
You guys are losers and should die in the dark, nameless.
Yeah, I agree.
So
Well, anyway,
Anyway,
canceled.
went from comedic to serious real fast.
Well, yeah, you started talking about school shootings.
Yeah.
yeah, that's my bad.
On the flip side, did you guys see the bananas thing going on down in Texas right now?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
I'm out of the
Bro, there's like one day left before
it's
things
tomorrow.
get real.
It's tomorrow.
What is it?
Right.
So, what the heck is his name?
The
Abbott.
Yeah, Abbott.
So
Governor Abbott.
Governor Abbott of Texas
Okay.
is fed up with the feds not protecting the border. Like we're suffering a border crisis. Millions of people are crossing the border unchecked,
Who we don't know.
and
where
they're
their
finding that a
background
lot
is.
of these people aren't just like South Americans. We're finding people from the Middle East, from China. Like I just saw an article the other day. One of the guys who came through was actually a known terrorist from the Middle East.
Right.
So these guys are flying into South America and then
Yep.
coming up
and then
through.
just crossing the border.
Oh, jeez.
And so Abbott started putting up razor wire
Right.
all across the border. So and he's blocking the feds from getting into the border. So he's having the Texas National Guard, right?
Right.
Basically protect the border and block the feds from getting in there. And Biden's like, "Hey, you need to dismantle that or else." He even got the Supreme Court involved, and they're
Supreme
like, "Yeah."
Court told him to take away the razor wire, and he said no because
He's like,
he.
"Nah."
What article did he put into effect? It was like Article 1, this saying that if the federal government is not doing their job in protecting the state, that the state has the right to defend themselves. Which,
oh, wow, it makes sense.
yeah,
Jeez.
Exactly. Now I think the White House has given him an ultimatum that if he doesn't take the razor wire down by like tomorrow, that they're going to send in.
what's the point of them wanting
Military to
Well, why do they
do
want
it.
him to take the razor wire down?
That's the thing, dude.
Like,
You
what's-
literally have this person who's in the leader seat of our country, to put it nicely, actively trying to force Texas to let people into the country illegally.
It's weird.
It makes
how
no
can,
sense.
How
It
can you
doesn't.
claim to be the leader of this country when you're actively trying to hinder it, actively trying to destroy
he
it?
sued, Like he sued Texas because they put the razor wire up. Is what happened, and then the
I didn't
Supreme
know that
Court
was a
actually
big
sided with
deal.
Biden. And then he's like, no, I'm instituting Article this, or whatever. And it's saying that since the federal government has not done their job to protect the state, because that's us becoming part of the union, this is the agreement. You have not held up to your end of the bargain, so we are instituting this article, which means we have the right to defend ourselves. And so, and all the like the Texas officials and all that, they're not taking the razor wire down. They're saying no, we're leaving this up.
Jeez.
So it's
That's crazy because I don't even feel like razor wire is that hard to get through.
oh dude, it sucks.
Well, but I mean,
it's-
like, if you had to, you could.
I mean,
What if you
yeah.
show up with just
But, like, they're-
clippers?
Well,
I mean,
there's
I've
also,
never gone through razor wire, but if you get up
like-
close and personal to it, that it looks gnarly.
Yeah,
That's
compared
gnarly.
to barbed wire, it's
Oh, it's a whole
much
different
more.
ballgame.
I've
lethal.
seen
'Cause
razor
yeah, it's
wire,
literally
yeah.
like there's a point like every
There's-
inch or so.
Well, there's
both ways.
razor blades that go
Yeah.
up and down, and then it's sharp on
Yeah, I
the
was
points
gonna
and
say,
on the
it's-
sides.
If you were to take like a box cutter razor and attach it to a wire, like
And put
that's
points on either end of it.
right.
I'd want no part of it.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying if it meant
Right, no,
getting
I
into
get
the
it.
country.
Like
I don't know
but if
it
someone
Yeah.
came up with wire cutters,
Yes, okay.
But
Valid.
they also have the National Guard there, so
They're posted across
Yeah.
the border.
got you. So it's kind of
it's like you come up to it's like
that's to
bro,
slow
no.
them and then
No. Pew,
But
pew.
now we've got the states separating, saying, "Hey, we back Texas or we
my
back
gosh.
Biden." So
Wow.
This is-
Well, even within that, some of the who was it, Salinas?
it's all right. We're back.
So
in,
what happens tomorrow? You said
So tomorrow's the ultimatum. So if
The
they
cease-
don't take
yeah,
down the
cease and
razor
desist.
wire tomorrow, then the federal, the National Guard gets involved.
The actual National Guard.
Yeah,
'Cause
the
they have
actual
the Texas National Guard.
right, which the governor's in charge of the Texas
Yeah.
National Guard, and then there's the
Biden-
federal National Guard, right? The federally.
Like it's on his brutal border policies. What's brutal about putting up a wall? Like, stop. Is it brutal that we have a fence around our house?
It's not even a border; it's a plot of land. You know what I mean? Right now,
Yeah.
there needs to be a border. It needs to be. The thing is they're going after it the wrong way, in my opinion. If you're worried about people being able to get in here to have a better life, then figure out the immigration policy, not, the legal
Yes.
process, not the illegal. Okay, just let them in. Like, figure out the legal, like, make it so it's more streamlined for those people to come
Right.
in.
Well, and it's weird because as I get older, the more obviously you get into politics because you care for your children
You have
and
no
you want
choice.
them to grow in a prosperous nation and have a good life.
Right.
And so as you get older, things like this, I don't want this to control my life. I try not to like get too many politics going, but
It's a
it's
dirty,
like-
dirty.
You feel
place.
more invested in it.
yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, our economy's down. Everything costs so much more than it did a few
Inflation.
years ago.
Groceries are absurd.
Jobs are on the brink of who knows how many are going to be eliminated with AI coming.
Right.
And it's just like, and then we have all these people flooding in. It's like, okay, where are all these jobs going and who's going to have them? I don't know. It's the
Well, it's
uncertainty of the
like-
future. It's just
the
terrifying.
role of the government is to protect its country and its citizens.
Yeah.
Well, there
Not
needs to
to-
be law and order with it. That's
Not-
the thing.
Exactly. It's like you don't throw
Wild
away
West
our
happened and
rights.
it's gone.
Like you expect them to take care of us.
Yeah.
If our country's well taken care of, we can then take care of others.
Right. Well, I'm all about immigration too, but you want people who are going to contribute to society, which a lot of them are. They're just looking for a better life. But
And will
with the
conform
amount
with
of
your way
people,
of
there's
life.
6 million in the last 3 years, they said. Like, oh, just a little bit of them are bad actors. Well, out of 6 million people, a little is not such a little number anymore, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
well, and yeah.
Immigration's so wild.
It is. Because that's the thing is and it's so dumb because the argument makes you sound like a bad person.
Yeah.
It's like, no, screw them, let them deal with their hardships or whatever. It's like, no, it's not that at all. It's the way we're doing it right now is the wrong way.
Right. That's what I'm
Let's
saying.
do it the right way.
Let's focus on the process of vetting and letting them in. Let's make that more efficient. So if you can be well, the thing is too is they have to come up with so much money out from the beginning. It's like if they let them in, give them a trial process. If they're becoming a contributing member of society and a good member of society, they can pay off whatever the immigration cost is. But it needs to be controlled and it needs. I don't know, man.
Yeah. No, I get it. And the frustrating part is when you get so many people here that are working on a cash basis.
Yeah.
So you know that they're not paying taxes,
But
yet
they're
taking
benefiting from those
advantage of the
taxes.
taxes from using the medical care,
Social Security.
Social Security, and like it's just convoluted. It's a big hairy mess. Obviously, what we're doing is broken.
Let's figure it out.
Yeah,
And it's one of those things, especially with politics, it's so hard to find the right answer, but it's so easy to know what's the wrong answer.
That's true.
Right?
Good
Because
way
it's
to
like,
put it.
I know this is the wrong answer, but I don't know what the right answer is. I just know it's not this.
It's not like a multiple choice test where it's like, okay, by process of elimination, I know this is wrong, 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 so this one must be right. Like it's
No.
and it's a
wild
big
world.
It's a big hairy machine too. So like, there is no one answer solves all.
Well, I'm at the stance of yes, let's let immigrants in, but it's how we do it. That's
Yeah.
where that's where I'm like, okay, there needs to be.
And it's also meant to they're meant to assimilate into our culture.
Yeah.
It's not like you don't come in here and go, okay, I want to do everything opposite of all you guys. I just want to live in the United States. Like, well, no, like we're a big culture, and
I
if
feel
you
like-
want to be part of it, you need to contribute to it and conform to
I
it.
feel
if
like
you wanna be
sometimes
here.
it even comes down to the language, where it's like, why aren't you speaking my language? You're in my country.
Yeah.
Like, why aren't you
Like, what?
speaking my language?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah,
I
I,
don't
get
know.
people frustrated
exactly.
with me because I don't know certain languages, and I'm like, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm
Google
in
Translate's
My-
gonna help take care of
a
this.
country where the majority language is this.
not anymore.
Yeah. But so
It's still a
anyway,
majority.
tomorrow we might literally see the beginning of a civil war.
Hey, don't say it like that. Oh, that makes me
scary.
sick. But
Dude,
yeah.
you don't know though.
right?
Like that's kind of
Especially
what it's
smoking
Our
giving off.
second-
The lines have been drawn.
Our
It's-
second biggest state, probably the most.
With the most guns per capita.
with the
Yes.
most guns per capita and the most, well, I wouldn't say the most rednecks, but
I'm glad they're on the red
Good
side.
old boys.
Most of them.
the good old boys. Yeah, I don't want to be messing with no Texans.
Well, that's the problem too. Is there's all these states that have said we side with Texas, so they're putting their line in the sand too. Like
Yeah.
Utah's one of them. You've got,
It is one of the wildest concepts
Florida.
of the U.S.
you've got,
Of course, Florida.
Yeah.
you've got North
We got
Dakota.
Florida man.
It's either North or South Dakota. You got
Not both the Dakotas.
Oklahoma. You got Louisiana. Yeah, you've got a bunch of people saying, "Hey, we side with Texas on this." So it's like, oh yeah, we're starting something.
Yeah,
Let's get this figured out, people. Let's get this figured out.
Sorry.
It's crazy.
I think that this, I mean, not to keep on it, but the scariest part about a civil war is it's what the other countries, the ones that don't like us.
Oh, they would
It's
love
like, oh,
for
they're
this
tearing
happen.
us themselves apart
Blood in the
from
water.
the inside.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go. Yeah, blood in the water. That's a perfect way to put it.
Exactly. It's way better to let you. I'm sure it's in the art of war somewhere, but it's way better to let your enemy destroy each other
from the inside.
and then you come and
Because they
clean
can
up.
just come in and
But they gotta also understand that we may be having a conflict, but as soon as somebody gives a threat, you
It's
don't
like
think we'll
siblings.
unite?
It's like siblings. Like we beat up on each other, and some random person like, yeah, you're an idiot. Be like, don't talk to my sibling like that.
Yeah,
right.
You
Who
can't
do you
call him an
think
idiot.
you
I
are?
call them an idiot. You don't call them an idiot.
Idiot.
Let's get this figured out. The problem is we've become too polarized.
Yeah. It's we've talked about it before. It's
We need that unifying.
there's a lot more
moment.
gray area with where you are on all these subjects, but people are so quick to go, oh, if you don't agree with me, that means you're automatically
Very
against me.
tribalistic.
It's
But
like,
That's
no,
just
no,
it.
no.
I don't know how many people are actually like that.
It's the loud ones that you see a lot. So the problem is that it gives off the vibe that a lot of
the
people are
squeaky
like.
wheel gets the grease.
I feel like a lot more people are far more open to conversation,
Kind of
and
centered.
understanding, and centered, and yes, the squeaky wheel gets the grease, right? So it seems like
Well, yeah.
all the loud and annoying people are the majority, when
Oh,
in
yeah.
reality they're the
not.
minority.
But that's the problem too, though, is that the media is only showing those
Bingo.
people. So then we're left in our houses going, "Oh, everyone is like this," and so already there's a division between people that actually doesn't exist.
Yeah. You sit down and talk to somebody long enough, you'll find out you have more
Yeah.
in common than you do opposed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, unless they're weird.
I like Chris.
Unless they're a bunch of weird.
I get
Unless
along
they
with
have a
every-
wrong opinion.
Unless they got a weird
Unless they're
background
not
check.
right. Unless they're not
Weird
right.
opinion.
I hate your face.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Anywho, now that we lost half of
No
our
way,
no, we
man.
didn't.
It's a solid
Not half,
conversation.
maybe like an eighth.
Anyway, what else is in the news?
You know, I did want to ask before we got into something else like this. Cam, I had this question for you on the last podcast. You've lost a lot of weight.
Thank you.
I'm curious, do you have any personal fitness goals? Because I'm curious what they are. Or are you just aiming for a healthier life overall? Or like, do you have like an end goal or
All of it.
all of it?
So currently my goal is to get down to at least 250, and I'm at 267, baby.
Dude,
Nice.
Almost 80 pounds down.
dude, that's amazing.
Uh-huh. Yeah, dude, I feel so good. But
The weight's been lifted off your shoulders.
off of many parts of me.
Hopefully off the parts you only want weight off of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know.
That reminds me of a Family Guy episode where he gets lipo.
Yes.
That's the best one. And he gets out of the shower and he's like, I see you.
No, for real. Like so I want to get down to like I want to lose down to like 250. Mostly to get as much fat off as possible, but ultimately I want to get back into the gym, and I don't care how much I weigh. It's what is making up the weight.
Gotcha. Right.
So like I don't care if I'm 275
So you want to look at
and
the
like
body fat
mostly
percent?
muscle. Exactly.
Okay.
So
I was gonna say, not that it's a secret, but like watching that dog video, like you looked really good in that.
I know I was like, man,
How long ago was that?
oh, that was a while ago.
long
That was like
time ago.
2017.
That was probably
maybe.
one of the first few years because that was before any of us had kids.
Yep.
Oh wow,
Yeah, dude, that was an old video.
it's the kids, man.
Pretty sure.
Dude, it is the kids.
is, dude.
It is the kids. That is why we have been studio locked. Hopefully changing this summer,
Yeah,
though, baby.
but I
Let's
mean,
go.
yeah, I want to like my next goal is to, because now that I kind of have the eating under control and I'm losing weight because of my diet, I want to get back into the gym like I did, years ago, like 4 days a week at least, and just I want
Let's
to put
do
on the
some
strength and the
hikes.
muscle. Yeah.
Dude, I
Hikes
love
are
going
awesome.
on
I'm down
I
for
hikes.
love
hikes.
it too.
But
You
see,
know,
I love the gym so much because I come out feeling so like what's the word I'm looking for? Like not successful, I guess. Like when you go to the gym and you hit it hard and you feel tired at the end, you feel so good about it. You're like, yeah,
I'll put a weighted
you're
pack.
accomplished. You're like,
I'll put a
man, I
weighted
freaking
pack on you.
did
We'll go
it.
for a hike. You'll feel the same.
Oh
way.
heck yeah, dude!
You know, my
that
favorite.
hike-
I do that with my backpack.
That
actually.
hike that we did with the kids,
Yeah.
where we had to throw the kids on our backs,
Yeah.
that was fun, man.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I'd do that again.
My favorite form of exercise is sports. Like
Yeah.
I wish we could like, I don't know.
Play football.
Do the trampoline park, man. You burn
Oh yeah, dude.
1,000
I
calories
saw
an hour.
one of my like, you know how like Google Photos and different things will do like little anniversary things, like this time 2 years ago or whatever. Our adult date where we
Yeah,
all went to
that
the
was
trampoline
fun.
park without the kids, that popped up. I was like, oh man, that was great.
Dude, let's just get together and run routes.
Dude, I think it'd
Yeah.
be dope to go to the gym with the boys.
Or go shoot some hoops.
I think
or-
we all went to the gym together. I think that'd be freaking cool.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
I'd be so stoked on that.
I'd like it if that's the case. I hate going to the gym by myself.
That's why we all go together. We all get swole.
Swole. I know.
February is my so January I've been doing the no sugar thing and then the intermittent fasting, and then February I'm going to start putting in just a little morning push-ups, sit-ups, just
Yeah.
something very basic. Just
How's it going?
I'll admit I've had some sugar, but it's a heck of a lot less than I would have had I not been disciplining myself.
True. Have you noticed a change in anything?
Not physically, but just like I just feel
Energy.
energy. Like I don't feel bloated and like sluggish.
You're not running on bad gas.
You're right.
You're right.
Yeah.
But no, my gut's still definitely there. And I'm like, I'll start to feel like, oh, maybe I'm feeling a difference. And then I'll catch like me in the mirror or like we had us pulled up on just tonight on the thing and seeing a shot of myself. I'm like, ugh, no, it's still there. But
Just make like
Okay.
simple.
It's only
bowl of,
been
like-
a few weeks, man.
That's
I
true.
know.
And
Yeah,
and on top
mine's-
of that, it's not like yes, sugar is the enemy, but also calorie intake is a huge part of it. So like, even if you're not eating candy, you won't like obviously the sugar kind of bloats you and stuff like that. But if you're still taking in the same amount of calories or maybe even more to compensate for the candy that you're not eating, you're not going to lose the weight.
That's
you still need
true.
to watch your calorie intake.
That's the other nice thing about intermittent fasting is that it also kind of shrinks your stomach, so you're not as
don't get
hungry.
the hunger
Like I
pains,
don't
yeah.
eat. It used to be that I would almost always eat until I was like so full that I was lethargic after
Yeah.
and uncomfortable. But now every meal I do eat, even if I have some Reese's or something with a meal, I don't feel gross and bloated after,
Right.
Because I'm not eating as much as I did before.
Yeah, and I've talked to people with the intermittent fasting. Like they feel a little bit hungry and they think they're starving, so they have to go eat. With intermittent fasting, you're actually overcoming that feeling of being
Yeah.
hungry, saying, "No, I don't actually have to eat."
It
It's
puts you in
mental.
control of it. So
Right.
I'm not
Right.
Even when I'm hungry, I don't eat. I don't have to eat a ton.
See, and I know one of my problems with my stomach fat is my muscles on top of my fat, and so
what?
yeah, like I've heard this is a thing. Is like
That's the bad fat that's
So-
underneath.
yeah,
So you
No,
can
actually,
like,
you do. You
I
do
can
get
still
fat on both sides.
I can
of it.
still flex my stomach and see muscle, but yet I've got this gut.
Oh yeah,
It's
the
interesting.
brown,
It's
is it
around
brown
your
fat?
organs. It's the fat that goes around your organs.
Isn't it? Is it called brown fat?
And so, and I've heard sadly that fat is like
That's the naughty fat.
a lot of diet. Like you have to.
Adipose tissue. It's a type of body fat that regulates your body temperature in cold conditions. So maybe that's not it.
No, it's the fat that's around your organs. What's the fat that's
What do I do? Organ fat?
fat that gathers around your organs?
Visceral.
Visceral
fat.
That's the
So you
one
got a
that's-
nice marbling, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
You're kind of like a Wagyu at this point.
If you like liver.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No,
Yeah.
as funny as it is with Tony doing this, I text him saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna do it with you," and then through trial and error and text and figuring things out, I actually started to figure this out last year for myself. Is that I have hypoglycemia. I haven't actually been clinically diagnosed.
Google diagnosed with it.
Yep,
Yeah,
self-diagnosed.
But like
TikTok.
self-testing, stuff like that. You know what I mean? But seriously, like
Yeah.
a gummy worm or two, like it's weird because I'll have all the mental energy, but like I am just physically fatigued, and I'll just like want to lay, not do anything.
Yeah.
And if I take just a little bit of sugar, all of a sudden it's like I'm good to go. It is the weirdest thing. So like when we went on that hike with the kids,
Right.
I had those gummy worms.
Yeah.
That was like my fuel.
Yeah, you're a whole different person.
I had
Like you were starting to be like,
You're not
drag,
yourself when you're
but
hungry.
yeah.
Here, try this.
Like it's not like you're dragging. It's just like you kind of just were a little more quiet, and then you're just like all like wide awake again.
Yeah.
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 Well, and that's
Like
the thing.
Popeye with his spinach.
Yep. You got to find like what works well for you. So like
Yeah.
you research and find stuff as a starting point, but you have to implement it and pay close attention to how you feel.
Right.
Like I know that a lot of times if I eat something sugary, if I eat something like protein or like, fat, like good stuff afterwards, it kind of counteracts the sugar. I don't have the sugar crash if I do that. But if I eat like a bowl of ice cream at like 9:30 at night, I feel like I'm going to slip into a coma.
That's because it's like the sugar when you have good food with it. It's like an octane booster. You know.
Yeah, it's like your body's like, okay, I got all this sugary
then-
crap, but I got good stuff, so we can actually
So I
work
got the
with
quick
this.
get me out the door.
Uh-huh.
It's a nos shot.
You know, my problem is right now, and kind of ongoing, is I can't afford the healthy food. And so it's like,
Sure you can.
Chicken and rice.
right? That's what we have a lot.
Yeah.
That's fine, man. It's
But-
delicious.
Honestly, the biggest thing for me, and this made it so much simpler, is just prioritize protein.
Yeah.
Eggies.
Don't even go, okay, I need rice, I need this much. No. Just go, I need a buttload of protein, and then I'll have some stuff with it.
Yeah.
And it can almost be anything. If you prioritize that protein, your body digests better, it feels better, it utilizes it better.
That and I give myself a
I eat
goal
a ton of eggs.
of how many push-ups I'm going to do a day. It's just simple. Just be like, I'm going to do this
See,
many
that's
push-ups
where I
a
wanna
day.
get
And it
to.
doesn't matter if you do it in three times or if you do it all at once. Just say, I'm going to do this many push-ups.
Yeah.
Right.
100 push-ups. But you can start 50 or whatever. Just
You can work it up. You can add
Yeah.
one a day. So start with one. Start then two, then
Right.
three,
Yeah.
then four.
Well, one is getting out of bed.
Do it in bed.
There's a sit-up.
yeah.
That's awesome. Anyway, I just wanted to see what your goal was.
Yeah, so now fat's come down. Now it's going to be building back some muscle and getting some strength back.
So just get to your weight where you get some of the fat away, and then it doesn't matter after that, and you're just building and
Yeah.
toning, building,
Putting on
whatever.
some muscle. Because I do love it, dude. I build muscle and strength pretty quickly in the gym.
You know what I kind of joke about, but joke seriously, is it's like I just want to be borderline intimidating when my kids start to date, especially my girls.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Brinley's not far off. And it's like she's 13, dating age roughly is 16 and stuff. It's like I just want to be to the point where when she's ready to bring a guy home, that guy looks at me and goes, I'm not going to mess with
I
him.
could not take him.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, I make a valid point.
Just that's you might just need to be polishing a gun or something. That's all.
No.
Yeah.
I've always said from the beginning, it's sharpening a machete.
Oh.
Guns are intimidating, but there's just something about like if I'm holding something that's up close and personal.
Tuning your chainsaw on the kitchen counter.
Be like, you know why I like knives? They're more personal.
Isn't that from Wanted?
Somewhere.
You can always
Well, because
throw
they
it.
even say like when somebody gets stabbed, it's usually like they knew him.
Oh
Right.
yeah, what there's a saying about that.
Yeah, because it's like because you're putting yourself in danger to
Right.
cause harm.
It's true.
That's gonna drive me nuts. What
I
that
know.
quote is because
know.
yeah, there's like the full thing is something about shooting someone in the chest, shooting someone in the back, and then knives. I can't remember what the whole saying is.
And then poison.
That's a coward's way. out.
Yes, it is.
What do they call it? The woman's preferred.
Instead of getting the gas chainsaw, you get an electric one. Be like, listen how quiet this is.
and then you cut your coffee table in half. You're like, you just have like
got
a
a
whole bunch
stack of them in the
backyard.
Bunch of decoy coffee tables.
Oh, you're the coffee table stage, huh?
Have you heard how quiet those are?
Yeah, I have one.
I do too.
Dude, that thing was great. When I duck hunt, I'd cut big ice out, like to cut a hole. Just
That's cool.
They're
So funny.
quiet, man. They're
Yeah.
terrifying.
Can you imagine
forget-
like
you
Texas
forget how
Chainsaw
fast they're
Massacre,
spinning.
but he uses electric now?
Well, I was gonna say even in just like haunted houses, like
Yeah.
everyone hates the chainsaw guy in a haunted house. You go, "Ah, is that a mosquito? Like,
The hell is that?
They should run around with a weed.
We're going
whacker. I
green.
think that'd be funny.
oh, that's funny.
That's awesome.
Oh man.
What else we got?
So in the news, did you guys hear about the Beta Volt 100?
no.
No.
Banana stuff.
What is this?
Okay, the Beta Volt 100 was just created, and it is a battery that can last for 50 years.
What?
Whoever created that is
Without
going to
being
get
charged?
suicided.
Yes.
Yeah. Are they dead already?
So I think I want to say it was built in China, and it's the first like nuclear built battery, and it legitimately should last like 50 years.
Jeez.
Running
So-
50 years?
So their
That's-
goal,
Get out of here.
Do not throw away.
their goal, yeah, nuclear battery and combination of nickel 63. Anyway, their goal is to make a battery. Get this, that can go in a phone where you never have to charge your phone.
That'd be dope.
You would literally just use your phone until it died, or like until you
Until
replace
you upgrade.
it.
Wow.
Well, that'd be the rest of my life right now, 50 years.
Right? Isn't that
Yeah, close.
insane?
Yeah.
Plans produced.
So the crazy stuff about it, right?
Just think about
I was
cars.
kind of reading on it. Yeah.
Oh, so they are tiny.
Yeah, it's right. The very first one is a super small battery.
Oh wow.
But I was actually reading up on this, and so because it's built with nuclear energy, it is radioactive, technically.
course.
However,
So the fear that
Just line
people
it with
had in
lead?
cell phones at the beginning is a real thing now.
yeah, well, it's going to be. No, so the crazy thing about it though is the radio. What do they call that?
Isotope.
No. The radioactive waves. The radiation.
Radiation.
The radiation it gives off is so minimal that it won't penetrate more than like, I want to say 6 nanometers of your skin. So it like
It'll give you a nice tan.
no.
Your
just
hand. Your
kidding.
hand's always like dark.
Well, you naturally,
The side- right here on the side of your face.
Because of the
Right.
sun.
Well, there's
It's less sun.
radiation going
Yeah.
through us right now.
So like as far as this technology is concerned, it is
No health concerns.
super small. No
Oh,
health
that's
concerns.
cool.
Probably puts off less radiation than your antenna.
So it's pretty
Yeah.
much a self-charging battery because of the radiation.
I don't know how. Like I'm not gonna even try to claim how that I know how it works.
because nuclear energy is
Well, if it lasts 50
That's what
years,
the-
it's got to be self.
that's what the half-life.
Either
The
side.
half-life of nuclear materials is how long they put off energy.
Right.
So it's just constantly putting off energy.
That's awesome.
Isn't that crazy?
I mean,
so-
not to be like a conspiracist or anything, but really, how are they going to allow that to be okay? Like, I feel like that's going against everything.
Put a little
The
lead
money
in the phone.
maker. I don't know.
Yeah, true.
Like they got to cap it off. I feel
Right?
like.
Kind of
both
It's like
engineered obsolescence.
the car that could run on water
Yeah.
Water, hydrogen.
and stuff. Like they kicked that out real quick. And
How much of that?
Killed that guy, disappeared.
Did they kick it out?
That's
or
my
did
point.
they?
It works. That guy
I guess that's my
disappeared.
point by kicking it out. And so it's like
They kicked him
they
out
don't
of life.
They don't want
Game
this kind of
over.
crap.
How much of that is true though?
I guarantee it's true, dude.
It was close. I think he was close.
There's so much.
There was another
money in oil.
announcement about something. I can't remember if it was with some kind of vehicle, but there was another invention recently that it's like this can sustain forever. Gosh, now I wish I could remember what
Well,
it
it's
was.
weird they got rid of nuclear power plants because they are the most green thing.
Yeah.
right. You know what's
Well, only
wild?
a handful of them.
You know what's wild about nuclear power plants is, and I mean, I don't remember when I figured this out. I'm probably in my teens, but just the day I figured out that nuclear power is actually just all it's doing is heating water and causing steam to turn generators to create power.
Right. And the
Like it's just so weird because you think, oh yeah, nuclear energy. You do think of like just a bunch of like glowing rods that are making energy, but then you're like, oh wait, it's just a
it's-
giant tea kettle that turns a
Right.
generator.
turbine.
yeah.
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 It's just so funny.
But they say the waste and everything, but it's minimal waste to be honest.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
dude,
Nuclear
it's so
waste.
it's so
And there's
minimal.
so many safety things in place, and they've learned
Right.
so much. Like,
But
it's-
you have Chernobyl, and that was enough to scare everyone forever.
That
was
and
also
the one
in the
the one in
80s.
Japan too.
Yeah.
that was
wasn't
also
our fault.
caused by tsunami. We're good.
What about the one that Godzilla ends up cracking? No?
If we
He'll
got
eat
Godzilla,
it though.
we
You know,
got,
he eats the energy, so we should be good.
Kaiju.
Kaiju Island.
on top of that, I also saw, just because I was researching this, I think it was MIT, maybe I'm wrong. They also created a superconductor for that they believe they'll be able to implement in cars and charge electric cars within minutes.
That's what it was.
Wow.
That's
Yeah,
what I
but
was
didn't
reading.
they find what was
Or
it? They were talking about
They
something.
even the lane, like they're gonna have a lane that when electric cars drive in it, it'll charge as they drive
Like a
in it.
wireless charging.
Yeah,
Dude, I
it reminds
told
me of
Jess
like.
these exact ideas 10 years ago.
Do you remember the game F-Zero?
Yes.
It reminds me of like when after hitting the wall a few times and your car's about ready to
Oh,
explode,
yeah, you got
but
the
then you
green
have
lane?
the power lane where you're driving
Yeah.
it, boost your power. That's what it reminded me of.
Heck yeah.
Your car's about to die, you hurry and pull in that lane.
Right? Well, and think about it. Like, have you seen them do those superconductor videos where they have to like super cool the material? That's the hard part. But then there's no resistance, and so they have these magnets that'll essentially lock in place. Like they'll turn it and it'll stay there, floating, and then they can push it and it'll float around this ring.
That's not magnet. That's ice. It's dry ice, I thought.
No, but it's a metal. It's something that's frozen.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see. I think this guy actually.
Those are so cool.
It's so rad.
Because it's dry ice, isn't it? That's floating.
No, it's a superconductor, but it's super cooled.
Well, that's what keeps it from overheating.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it dry? Oh, okay.
So see, let me see.
This is wild. It looks like a magic trick.
Yeah, so see, it's super cooled in dry ice, I
Okay,
think.
that's what it is. Because
The
everything I've ever seen
superconductor
is
is
they're
bubbling
like,
off
they're-
as a
They got
gas.
crystals.
They use liquid nitrogen to supercool it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, this is where it gets wild.
Watch how cool this is.
It's floating. It's locked in place.
Oh my heck!
I want to say this is where they got the idea for Back to the Future. Wouldn't it be? Because-
hoverboard.
Well, but think about this, like maglev trains and stuff, and
Yeah.
your car floating above the road instead of.
The only problem is you need to figure out how to keep it frozen.
cool.
That's crazy.
Isn't that wild?
It's freaking nuts.
I love.
What's the science where it's like deals with beyond atoms? What's that called again? I'm drawing a blank.
I don't know.
Atomic,
No, it's beyond.
subatomic,
No, I mean technically.
super subatomic,
No,
basement atomic,
I can't think.
ground level.
It's the one I was talking about that they were making that computer. Shoot.
Oh, like are you talking
Like where it's like
quantum?
quantum science.
Oh.
That quantum computer.
Yeah. I've been meaning to look into that ever since you told me about it. I keep forgetting.
It's like a race that they're doing. It
Yeah.
just reminds me. all this. I gotta look and see where they're at with that. But
Okay. Because we're on the tech side of things. Oh, sorry. We were watching Cam browse the internet.
Sorry.
Sorry
Is that
about
what
that,
you
guys.
still were? I was trying to find it.
On top of that, I also came across Disney's new invention. Have you seen this?
Yes.
Okay, so on top, have you seen the lightsaber, Chris?
No, I just
You had to. You haven't seen that?
was that real?
The one
Yeah.
that's retractable,
Yeah.
like fully?
I
They
thought that
announced
was
it
just
they
like
announced it like a couple years
I
ago.
thought that was computer generated.
No,
No?
there's like a legit retractable lightsaber. However, in my research, people like you and I are not able to buy it. I don't know why.
What do I got to do?
I don't know, man.
Who
Sell
do I
your
got to
soul.
kill?
But, oh yeah, this is the exact video I watched. So this is the inventor for
Laney Smoot.
Laney Smoot. This dude has like 50 some odd patents. He's the lead Imagineer at Disney. Has done some wild things. Show him the lightsaber. It's probably like a minute or two in. Right there, that stage video.
Is it just light?
25 years ago is when he.
R&D. Scrub, go, go. It's right. I hope. Yeah, right there. Yeah.
Is there copyright infringement?
Not worried about it.
Expandable, extendable
Look at that.
lightsaber. And many of you may have seen it. In
Dude,
our parks.
it pops
You've
out.
left quite the mark, and now you're being inducted
Yeah, it does.
into the
Made out of a
National
condom
Hall of
that just
Fame.
blows up.
You know, it's an amazing
Why is it ribbed?
springs a hole.
So then
floor.
watch this floor and tell me this doesn't blow your mind.
Hold on, pause for a
So
second.
this is the Hall.
Why can't we buy that lightsaber?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Oh, all right then.
It doesn't tell you. It just says that you cannot buy it.
Carry on.
Well, is it even like finished for people to buy it at all? I don't think it's ready
No.
to be purchased
As
yet.
far as I know, they're
They're
not
still
going to
working on
open
it.
it to the public to sell it ever.
Oh, so they're just using it for their parks.
Yes.
That's dumb.
Part of the attraction to make it, I don't know. Anyway,
They'll sell it at the park eventually.
this will blow your freaking mind. This is so cool. This is going to change our lives in the next 10 years.
It is. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to do a little demonstration of it. So I can walk on this omnidirectional floor in any direction I want. It will automatically do whatever it needs to have me stay on the floor. And what's amazing about this is multiple people can be on it and all walk.
Bro, we are going to hunt so many virtual monsters. You have no idea.
So many other things.
Holy
Where are you
crap.
hoping
Unless
this
they don't
ticket
give it
is?
to the public.
You know, imagine a number of people being in a room, being able to be somewhere else collaboratively and moving around, doing sightseeing. Imagine theatrical stages that might have these embedded in them so that dancers can do amazing moves. Not me, but really good dancers. So they're just so many
at that, moving that
applications
block
for this
around.
type of technology.
What are they doing?
And
They're showing that they can just move things around on the ground without
Well, it's
having to.
official. I think you probably have one of the coolest jobs.
Yeah, I think you're right. It gives me an amazing opportunity to use these inventions that I've made in service.
So what's he doing with his hand?
He's controlling the floor.
Well, Lanny, it's been great
Oh, it's
catching up with
automated?
you. Thanks for showing us around.
Yeah.
Thank you,
That's
and
crazy.
come back soon.
Isn't
That's
that,
freaking nuts, dude.
dude? I cannot wait.
This is gonna
They're
change.
gonna have a travel
this
pad.
is gonna change the virtual world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
We're all
Like,
gonna
imagine it. We're all playing Call of Duty like
They're creating the Matrix.
almost real life. Yeah.
The best part is
So now I'm-
when Call of Duty goes to this level, it's going to be based on your physical
Yeah.
ability.
Yeah.
And that's going to be crazy.
That'll be rad because
Now-
those little 12-year-olds are gonna get wrecked.
Or are they going to have so much energy? So much more
So
than you and
I just saw this
Not when they
thing
feel
that
the impact.
I just saw this thing that at big
suit.
gaming conventions when they like go to play like Mario and stuff, they actually have now made it an official rule that if you're too stinky, they're going to kick you out because these sad to say
Yeah, I
heavy
remember- I
set
remember that.
gamers are like they have low hygiene and different things, not taking care of themselves. It's like now it's like you're like stereotypical gamer is going to be someone that's like jacked and like fit and everything. It's like, oh, you got one of those floors, don't you?
See, then I think this is one of the biggest things that you need to truly feel like you're in a virtual world.
Yeah.
because that is the limit. You literally can only walk so far, and then you're a wall
Yeah.
or a table or
Right.
something else. Like you only have so much room. But if you have this, you literally can go anywhere.
See, I thought that disc thing was cool. That you're strapped in, and then you have those
Like a
special
half
shoes.
dome thing?
Yeah,
But
it's like
see-
a half dome that you walk in and you can run. And
But this one
crouch.
gives you more
That's-
freedom because you don't have
yes.
something holding you.
Right.
So it doesn't pull you out of the experience by having that like harness on and stuff like that.
It's like, so you have that, and then you have one of those vests that like zaps
haptic
you
suit?
when you're shot. And like, I just read somewhere actually that someone,
Everybody's gonna be a sniper.
now I can't remember the company, but
Camping.
someone is legitimately trying to make Ready Player One a real thing.
Yeah.
Like they want
kind of the next
like
level.
the suits and everything where you full on feel everywhere what you're playing.
Well,
That'd be
Meta
so sweet.
MetaQuest was working on gloves that have these like scales on them. So like in the meta world, or the metaverse, when you like if you were to go to pick up a bottle, when you reach for it, the scales would actually make it so that your hand would only close this far. So like it would like
So it
lock.
feels like you're
So it would
grabbing
lock and it would feel like you're grabbing something. So you'd grab this digital item, but it feels real because the gloves basically like harden themselves to only make that shape.
I wonder how it would work. So like take the stress ball, like something with more of a gelatin feel to it. I wonder.
It'd all be programmed.
Probably just
right?
probably just resistance.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Reverse resistance.
Dude.
That's cool. Did you guys ever see that
These
total side
this thing right there, the
sidebar?
haptic glove.
That's sweet. That looks like the power glove of our dreams,
Right?
dude.
So then all your buttons and everything are all
You wouldn't need buttons because your hand would be the
right.
thing.
So your gestures and everything actually do the action for.
So with something like that, and then that floor.
And the haptic suits, because they do have haptics vests and stuff.
That's crazy.
We're getting there, dude. We're getting there.
But little do you know, they're all going to have their own patents, and they're not going to want to play with each other.
Right.
So then you're
But
not
that's
going to be able
why
to get all
that's why you rely on the Reddit nerds who hate the government, hate the man, and they're like, we're gonna find a way to hack this and make it all work together, and then we're gonna tell all you how to do it for free.
It's like the what are they calling the Vision Pros? They come out here soon.
Apple Vision Pro.
Yeah.
Can we talk about those?
I don't know anything about those.
Oh, dang.
I know you can. What was
Other
it
than
saying?
what's
You
on
can
the
pre-order
website.
them on the 29th, and then they are
19th.
officially.
They're already up.
Oh, they're
pre-order.
already up for pre-order. And when did they come out? February
2nd.
Wait, we can't talk about them?
I don't know anything about them.
Yeah.
When's this episode airing? Technically not for...
I know nothing.
Damn it, Cam! Come on!
My signature says I know nothing.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't want the big man coming after you. I get it.
What else we
Stupid
got?
NDAs.
Other than what's on what's on like Apple.com, like they are. I mean, it is creating a whole new
They're a vault baby lockdown.
like what's the word I'm looking for? It's creating a whole new type of computing. Because you're now like where with like the Quest and and the HTC Vive and like all those VR goggles, like those are meant to take you out of reality and to play games on. Apple's trying to do something
Bring your
more like
reality into
I want to
your-
bring your physical and your digital world together into one.
So instead of taking you out of the real world into the VR world, they're wanting to bring the VR world into the real world.
Exactly.
Like,
You're partially in both worlds. And so you can be doing work and stuff like that, but you can also do games and you can control how immersed you are and whatnot into it. So it's gonna be pretty cool. Like it is
It's like Iron Man with his little.
yes, they're building a foundation that I believe is gonna put us on a path to a whole new world.
Just like Aladdin.
don't you dare close your eyes.
Don't you dare close your eyes.
Hold your breath, it gets better.
I'll do the girl
Right,
voice.
dude.
I'll do the girl
I
part.
get so stoked thinking about the future, man.
I love technology.
I love
I'll
it
go to the
so
mountain.
Because
much.
I mean, I imagine this. This is one of the coolest things I think about with like Apple Vision Pro, and some other people might be able to do this soon. But let's say your check engine light comes on, Let's say now you can plug something into the data port that communicates with it and goes, oh, this is the error you're getting. And then because it can scan your car and understands the distance of everything, it can give you almost like it can like
Pinpoint.
overlay like a schematic of your car and go like a big orange light and go, oh, this is the part that you're having an issue with. And you can literally walk around your car and see where it is inside your car.
And you get
And
the
then
exploded view.
You
see
can
how it's put
explode it.
together.
You
Go
can
back
pull
to, like,
up
Iron Man.
exactly. You pull up a YouTube video and it suggests, oh, this part. Here's videos about how to fix this.
Tools required.
Yes, like throws it out. Think about you're a doctor. You're in an anatomy class.
Yeah.
You don't have to go find a corpse anymore. You can straight up have it in front of you. You can manipulate it, cross sections, take it apart. I want to see circulatory. I want to see, whatever, like nervous system, like all right there in front of you. You can zoom in, zoom out. You can cut things, take them apart, whatever.
Just think how much it'll advance all other aspects.
There's this spot I've heard of.
It's the magical spot.
No, it
Where's the
doesn't
spot?
exist.
It's like cannot be found. No man has ever found.
It's like
You'll have a better luck finding Atlantis.
Is this Narnia? Where am I?
damn it!
Get
I
out of
got
the
male
wardrobe.
version. I need the female one.
It's where on the mail?
All over. The whole body lights up. Oh, okay.
Freaking nuts.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, dude.
Wild.
Let's see here. What else do I have in the news? Oh, I had this question for you guys. This was a thought I had the other day. Nothing I came across. It was just a random shower thought I had. How long till you guys think that e-ink tattoos are a thing?
Like that can like change color.
That you can change on the fly.
Oh.
Like, because you have e-ink readers, right? The Amazon tablets. Super low power. Could probably run off
I see
body
what you're
energy.
saying.
You put it subdermally, so
Be like
underneath
a
your
subdermal
skin.
screen.
A subdermal screen, and you can literally control the tattoo and what's on it with like an app on your phone.
That'd be cool. Till you get hacked.
How long? You're like,
It's like the freaking flag we got last night.
yeah,
It's a dorm prank. That'd be the new dorm
yeah,
pranks.
yeah. Instead of writing on people's faces, you're writing on their tattoo.
Yeah.
That's my A, bro.
Or it's going to be
then
sponsorships and things.
Right?
Like you're going to have.
Seriously, I am all the influencers. I am sponsored by. And it just runs across their forehead.
It's like a
all day.
marquee. Like,
Yeah.
Dude, I'm serious. Like, this could be a thing. I feel.
Huh.
You've seen how thin the
Oh yeah.
e-ink tablets are. They're called paper for a reason.
So I'm curious, not to like kind of on a religious level. Let's say these become a thing.
It's like an Etch-a-Sketch.
Would it still be? I wonder if it was like
Both of you guys are like, oh, I could get tattoos.
I mean, I don't
No,
know.
I think more of the like, could I replace my leg with like a rocket launcher kind of thing? Like,
What?
like I've thought like future, like cyberpunk style. Like if you could, would you replace your legs with like better legs that have like better parts in them, make you run
Why
faster,
wouldn't
make you
you?
lift more, right? But
'Cause
then
your body is a temple, Tony.
Then there's the question. It's like if you're replacing yourself, that's way worse than a tattoo or a piercing.
Very true.
So it's like, dang. But that's the that's the thing I'd want. That's beneficial. I want a jetpack built in, spring legs.
Like Lunar Larry.
Yeah, Lunar Larry.
Just saying, man. I think it's gonna come.
It'd be
within our
cooler too
lifetime.
because it's less permanent.
yeah.
Like you could change it to something else.
You're like,
Skin
what's
color?
that on your arm? Oh, it's nothing.
Don't worry about it, Mom. You wipe it away.
Your
There's this
arm's
one-
reflecting. Like
There you go.
Well, it'd be
Easier to find.
subdermal, right? So just underneath the skin to where it's still
Yeah.
visible.
Yeah.
So you could make it just look like skin.
Yeah.
that's what. There's a movie.
How would you do that?
People would be cheating on tests, getting it right here.
Scan it with
I
your
feel like
palm?
there's a movie. Where,
have to
it's
walk-
well the remake of Total Recall, the one with
Yeah.
Colin Farrell. They get the like light tattoos, so it's not like changing. It's not digital
they
like
put
that.
LEDs
but
in
it's
them.
like it's like almost as if they're putting LEDs in your body. Do you remember that one?
Yeah. Well,
you-
because he has the hand phone.
Yeah.
Like the phone's inside of his
But
hand.
that's like
and
an
he
actual.
talks.
Well, yeah.
But that's an implant, and he pulls it out.
See, now something like that's cool, where he like puts it up to the glass, and all of a sudden you're FaceTiming. But if you take your hand off the glass, you can just talk into your hand. But
Neuralink, baby.
Man, I don't know.
I don't
wouldn't
think
do
we're
it.
far from that, because if you do look at like Apple Vision Pro, they already have a persona. You now create a digital persona. So if you're using FaceTime on it, and with someone else who has an Apple Vision Pro, you're showing your virtual persona looks just like you and moves its mouth with you and all that stuff. Because you don't have a camera that's watching your face, but you FaceTime with your digital persona.
It's
so
like,
with that being said, can you show someone what you're looking at?
Yeah.
So it's like, hey,
Yeah,
I'm
you
trying
use,
to
like,
figure
airplane
this
stuff.
out. Can you look at this with me? And they like, assuming that they have Vision Pros as well, they pull it up and can see what you're seeing.
So
Yeah.
point
Well,
of
that's
view,
something you
huh?
can do with. That's something you can
Point
do
of
with.
view is gonna get spicy.
That's that's something you can do with like iPhones and Macs.
In that
right
case,
now.
you really don't want to butt dial. And
no.
Or do you?
honey, take those off. Not tonight. But honey, I just need to try something.
Yeah, that
I
Neuralink.
promise this is going to be the best 10 seconds of your life.
That Neuralink's crazy. Have you?
I haven't looked into Neuralink.
It's a chip he puts in your head, so it's
Yeah, from Elon.
Yeah, it's for processing. So he says it's not that we have a data, it's a processing issue. So everything is going to be, you're going to be able to instantly process whatever you look up right into your brain. So
Dude, we watched Matrix the other day, Jess and I, and that whole scene where he's like,
yeah,
I just learned karate.
Kung Fu.
Or kung fu. Oh man, I was like, that would
Right,
be
dude?
so sweet.
Or the part when he's like, can you fly that? Talking about the Black Hawk or whatever. And
down, Black Hawk down.
sorry, the helicopter. And she's like, not yet. And she's like, I need a program for blah, 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 blah. And then her, like in the Matrix, she's like, let's go. And
Yeah.
it's just like that.
Yeah, that'd be so cool.
Dude, that'd do away with any education. Like as far as
It'd be
anything,
instant education.
anything you need.
At that point, the rich are gonna have the ridiculous edge.
Well, have you ever watched Altered Carbon on Netflix? So that's a super wild one. Like, speaking of the rich, is they get to a point where you can preserve your consciousness on what they call the stack. So it's this little thing that's embedded at the top of your spine, between your spine and your like cerebellum and stuff. And that's you. So if you die, they have like cloud servers they just upload to. So if they die, they have a clone body that pops out, the stack goes in, downloads you, and they're still alive. So they live for like ever.
Jeez.
But if someone blows up your stack, like you get shot in the neck, you're dead if you don't have a cloud backup. So that's where that rich thing comes into play. It's like people can live forever, but if they get murdered
That's
and their
kinda-
stack's destroyed, they're actually dead. Whereas the rich can just upload themselves and potentially live forever.
Yeah.
That's like, I mean, a much more technological version of it, but the movie The Island, do you remember that one? With Scarlett Johansson, and where they have clones, but the clones
Isn't it
don't
Ewan
know they're
McGregor?
clones.
Yeah.
And,
And they're used as body parts.
Yeah. And they're
Yeah.
clones of super rich people, rich people who like have cancer or, I don't know, different things to where they need a specific body part, and now they're taking it out of their clone and giving it to them. So they're literally getting a organ donation from themselves. But
That's crazy.
That's a cool
I don't know
movie.
if I've ever seen that or if I just saw previews.
it's a cool movie. Classic Michael Bay, lots of action,
That
explosion.
movie's way good.
The
I need to rewatch it.
I had this little story. Nope, not that one. Where is it? Okay. I came across the story. Sorry, this is also way far left field. But I came across the story and I thought it was too good to not share. So, this was on a Reddit. It says, I knew a guy who worked in a morgue, And when he was new to the job, his coworkers encouraged him to prank the boss by getting on a slab in one of the drawers to jump scare him when he pulled him out. So the slab being the table, right? So he strips off, lies on the slab, and the coworkers cover him up with the drape cloth. Slide the slab away into the freezer and close the door.
Uh-oh.
Thing is, inside the storage, there are no walls between the slabs.
Oh. So you're laying there next to the other.
So he's laying there in the dark, naked, next to all the other corpses, becoming increasingly anxious. After about 5 minutes, the corpse next to him says, "Cold in here, isn't it?" And he tries to sit up so fast, he nearly knocked himself out. It was his boss on the slab laying next to him.
So they pranked the pranker.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's funny. Oh my gosh, that's
Isn't that hilarious?
Oh,
Dude, I was dying laughing reading that.
Gosh.
Genius. That's genius.
Dude, I feel like the sense of humor of a mortician is beyond
Oh,
anything.
it's wild. I knew a kid whose brother was a mortician, and he told me all kinds of stories, and I'm like, you people are psycho.
Jaded.
Like
They're
you
so
have
jaded.
to, you have to be psycho. You literally deal with death constantly all day long.
Yeah. Jeez.
I mean, it was pretty funny the stories I heard, but jeez, Louise.
Anything else?
I just messed up.
I'm not in the news.
Roadhouse. They're making a new
Oh,
Roadhouse.
dude, I sent it to you guys. It looks amazing.
Yeah, Conor McGregor's actually in it.
Is that him?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Conor
Weird?
McGregor
Oh,
on the right
weird.
and Jake Gyllenhaal on the left.
So I haven't seen the original with Patrick
Dude,
Swayze.
the original's so good.
I know. I have it in my like
Roadhouse.
save for later kind of thing. I need to watch it,
Reminds
but
me of that Family Guy episode where he's
right.
driving the car with Roundhouse kicking it.
everyone he kicks Roadhouse.
Can
But
we
no.
please have a guys' night and go see that?
But Jake Gyllenhaal, he's a UFC fighter in it, and then gets asked to come and help clean up this roadhouse. And but yeah, Conor McGregor's in it, which is funny because it's a UFC thing. But
And he could actually kick Gyllenhaal's butt.
dude, have you seen pictures of Gyllenhaal in it though? He got jacked for the role.
Jacked Gyllenhaal, you mean?
Yeah.
He's always been pretty ripped, but yeah, he put on even
I mean,
more.
I don't know if he's any bigger than he was in Southpaw. If you've seen Southpaw where he plays the boxer, dude, he's huge in that too. But yeah, that one looks good.
A long way from October Sky. It's come a long way from
Dude, I
October.
love that
That's a
movie.
great
And from
movie.
Brokeback. Dude, what was that one movie he was in where he like
Donnie
oh my
Darko?
gosh, no. It was another movie.
that
It
was
was
a weird
super
one.
wild where like at the end of it turns out that he actually was like blown
Oh,
up.
Source Code.
Yeah.
That's a great
That
movie.
movie was nuts.
where they're putting his consciousness into. Yeah, it's
Yeah, he's like half blown to pieces
uh-huh.
and he's having
And it's
these
like
all crazy
his body's
dreams all-
basically dead,
Yeah.
but they're keeping his brain alive and
It's freaking nuts.
The only other thing I have in my personal notes is the Ruby Franke case.
Oh, from Utah, the Utah
Yeah,
lady.
So that Utah YouTuber
Yeah.
Ruby Franke,
8 passengers.
she pleaded guilty.
Because she was.
Yeah, very guilty.
which one's this?
Do you guys ever hear about this? So
It sounds familiar.
it's
but-
wild because we've actually met them.
Oh, is this the YouTuber?
Yeah.
good. Yeah, so there's this YouTuber, and her and her husband, they ran a YouTube channel called 8 Passengers. And I'll be honest, the last few years of at least our lives, we've fallen way off of the YouTube community. Like we used to be like pre kids, dude. We were like even one or
At the events. And
yeah, we were at all the events. Like YouTube was almost like the YouTube, or Utah was almost the YouTube hub for a lot. And so we got to meet a lot of the creators. There's a surprising amount of creators here in Utah.
Yeah.
And so, and we got really friendly, like I was gonna say friendly. That sounds sexual.
We became friends.
We became friends with a lot of YouTubers, and at a lot of these events was the 8 passengers. You know, Ruby Franke, and I can't remember her husband's name or her
something Frank.
Frank, Kevin. I think it was Kevin. I can't remember his name. Anyway, years have gone by. I haven't seen or talked to them in a long time. But all of a sudden, this news surfaced of her and her partner. I don't even know what.
Oh yeah, her business partner.
Her business
partner.
associate?
They were all of a sudden like almost getting cultish or something like that. They were starting to get into weird stuff.
It was like they were getting into the how to like parent side of things. And they were teaching people how to like
they were bad at it.
Discipline their children and stuff. And anyway, all this news came about that Ruby had been like locking her kids in their rooms, not giving them food, tying them. I think there was she bound them.
She was arrested in August after her son was found emaciated with duct tape on his limbs by a neighbor.
Yeah. So he had broke himself free, went to the neighbors, called the cops, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, just these. Apparently, the internet sleuths or the followers had been calling her out on her malpractice of, discipline.
Because she would talk about and laugh about stuff. Like there's this one video where her son's like, after a month, he finally got to sleep in his own bed. Until then, he was basically sleeping on the floor in the living room.
Gosh. And just like, and but all that to say, that was like the lesser stuff.
Yeah.
That was just the stuff that was on video that was then put on into a video. But she was doing some really dark stuff, got arrested, and then just recently, I think she pleaded guilty.
Yeah, says she pleaded guilty to 4 counts of child abuse. Her plea agreement describes new details of the abuse. She admitted torturing her son by forcing him into hours of physical tasks and outdoor work between May and August, which was frickin' hot, without adequate water and with repeated and serious sunburns that blistered. He was denied food or given very plain meals, and he was isolated from other people without access to books, notebooks, or electronics. After he tried to run away in July, his hands and feet were regularly bound, sometimes with handcuffs. At times, ropes were used to tie together handcuffs that secured his hands and feet as he lay on his stomach, lifting his arms and legs off the ground and injuring his wrists and ankles. The plea agreement said Frank also admitted to kicking her son while wearing boots, holding his head under water, and smothering his mouth and nose with her hands, according to the plea agreement. He was also told that everything that was being done to him were acts of love. She acknowledged similarly abusing her 9-year-old daughter by forcing her to work outside, run on dirt roads barefoot, and go without food and water. She has
8 kids?
She was also repeatedly told she was evil and possessed. Yeah. No, they have 6 kids.
Oh,
including the parents was 8.
Punishments were necessary for her to be obedient and repent, and these things were being done to her in order to help her. The girl was convinced that what her mother said was true. The agreement said Frank agreed to serve a prison term, and the sentences will run consecutively. She will be sentenced on the 20th of February.
I see nothing wrong with that. I'm just kidding.
So you're the guy.
No.
Wait, your socials were mixed up.
Yeah.
That what we're going with?
The 2 women created advice videos that critics say promote a harsh style of parenting.
Yeah.
That's
Hilbrand,
harsh as light.
Oh yeah, Hilbrand has agreed not to see patients until the allegations of hers. Because she was, what was she? She was a
Sadistic.
psychiatrist
She was like a
or therapist.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, dude.
That's like sadistic. Now,
Yeah,
Alden will have to work
it was
outside
the
the summer.
12-year-old son that escaped.
Yeah. So
I
right
thought
there.
it was the older son.
Yeah, no, her 12-year-old son escaped out the window.
Dang.
Yep.
Jeez.
So anyway, she I don't know how many years she's serving.
Well, it
Oh,
says
she's not sentenced until the 20th of February.
Yeah.
Oh, so we will find out here in 3 weeks.
But whatever her sentence is, they'll run consecutively.
It needs
said.
to be bad.
Oh, heck
They
yeah,
probably
20
say
years.
that because it's going to be like maybe 10 years for this, 10 years for this, 10 years for this.
So it should
and
be
it'll
30
just
years.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Not 10.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't. How do you serve 3 punishments at once? Stack them.
That's like Brian Reagan when he makes the joke. It's like when it's like you have a $200,000 fine and life in prison. It's like, I'm not paying it.
Yeah, for real. It's like, sorry, I don't have a job anymore. Thanks. Here's the thing that I don't get is where's the dad? There's no
That's
mention
just
of
it.
anything about him.
I have no idea. Like this all came to light, and I was like, "Well, where's the dad?" There's no mention of him anywhere.
Yeah, like it doesn't sound like he's getting in trouble for anything. Like the kids are in care, probably not his, but
Obviously, he had to endorse it if it kept happening.
he had to allow. I mean, at minimum, he allowed it to happen.
Right.
You think?
Because
Kevin.
the dude's not
Kevin Frank.
the dude's not small. I remember
No.
being a pretty big dude.
Yeah.
So Kevin Frank, former husband, files for divorce. Okay.
So what? He's just
3 months after she was arrested and charged with 6 counts. Like, do you
So
not
he's
notice
just-
your child in the room taped to the floor or whatever?
It was only when he was gone.
I was gonna
don't
say,
know,
it's
but
like
you would think they would
suddenly
say
just-
something.
You'd see
Yeah.
signs.
So husband
People
He's
on
just off the
YouTube.
Filed
hook
a petition.
because
People on YouTube saw signs, so he definitely he was definitely turning a blind eye.
Digging
I
holes.
wonder if
builds
they were
character.
separated at the end or something. Wow, bad.
Digging up.
Kevin Frank filed for divorce.
That's so crazy. Yeah, I don't know.
Making
man.
him work outside without water or
Yeah.
proper, like getting sunburned.
gosh, and that can go so deadly so fast.
Well, that's the thing. I was like, working outside. Well, that's not.
They have
that.
been-
Oh, wait,
oh,
here it is. This
they-
is why it's bad.
They had been separated for 13 months at Ruby's directive. So she separated from him like 13 months before. In October. So 13 months before October. So
Dude,
they've been
that's
separated.
crazy.
So I wonder if like
If it all
they were
started to-
separated and then the abuse like ramped up while he was gone.
That's wild.
Dang.
Kevin did not want to separate. He wanted to work with through concerns as a family. There was never any formal written decree of separate maintenance or separate agreement. Separation was under terms prescribed by Ruby, and Jody. What freaking... This lady coming in here and like dictating the terms of their marriage? That's insane.
I don't know, man.
Look at her. She looks like a freaking psycho.
Dude, she is a psycho. Look at her sit there all. She looks like a propped up.
I know that
mannequin.
like the eye for an eye is bad, but man, in these situations, I wish it would just be like your punishment is to go through exactly what you put them through.
This reminds me of that story of that little girl who her mom suffered from Munchausen.
Oh no! The mom said the girl suffered from it.
Oh my gosh, that is such a dark story.
She just
dude.
didn't she just
The gypsy girl?
no the girl that her
No.
mom convinced her that she had Munchausen's disease and she was in a wheelchair and she would shave her head.
Yes.
And didn't she give her something to make her feel sick?
Yeah,
I thought that is the gypsy
yeah,
girl.
I think that's
Is it? Maybe.
Because she went to prison for
Gypsy something or
for
whatever.
hiring. Gypsy went to prison for hiring someone to kill her mother.
her boyfriend.
Yeah. And she just got out. She
Yeah.
just got out.
She got sentenced
but the
to 8 years, and he got sentenced to life. And now that she's out, they're
Gypsy
like,
Rose.
yeah,
yes,
So she's like going on Good Morning America and everything, and they're talking to her about it all. And I'm like, she's not, like, she's a victim. I get it, but she's not like a hero.
Yeah, she's also kind of.
I mean you're very right with that. Like she doesn't deserve all the publicity, but it's like she served her sentence, so she did what she needed to do. She's done. She's trying to now move on with life. But I heard an
she's
interview.
32?
I heard an interview with her somewhere that those 8 years in prison was the first life experience she's ever had.
Right.
Because she was given things,
Pulled her teeth.
well, not pull her teeth. She would give her injections in her gums to make her gums swell, which made her drool to look like she was handicapped.
Right.
But whatever that she was putting in her gums made her teeth fall out.
Right.
And so she lost her teeth, like all this
She
stuff.
would carry her like an infant all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So
Like,
wait,
I understand.
I'm
why.
confused. So
Wait.
the kid that was tortured killed her own mother.
Well,
No,
she hired her boyfriend to
attempted
kill.
Did she?
She
actually
convinced
do it?
him.
Or convinced him. She convinced her boyfriend at the time to
stab her to
kill
death.
her mother.
Yeah.
Did he kill her?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So she went to prison for
She got sentenced to 8 years.
what do they call it?
Second degree murder. She got
Right.
second-degree murder.
And then, and then he went, of course, for doing it. But
apparently-
so she served her sentence and got out. But yeah, an interview with her was saying that honestly, going from the lifestyle she knew to prison was actually what she needed because it brought her into society slowly, as weird as it is.
Yeah.
But
So you were right. It was the mom. She suffered from Munchausen by proxy.
Okay, yeah.
So it's a rare mental illness, according to National Library of Medicine, and also a form of child abuse. It occurs when the child's caretaker, often the mother of a young child, makes up fake symptoms of illness. In severe cases, a caretaker can even cause a child to be sick on purpose, so they show symptoms of illness.
Yep, and that's what she would do.
Yeah.
I mean, I would.
So why is he
don't blame her.
serving a sentence?
I understand. I
It's
don't.
like, I'd
Okay,
really do it too.
get away from it. Report her to the police, and let her serve the prison sentence. Though is my
Yeah.
thoughts.
But
she-
when you
I
have no
under-
life experience,
yeah, I mean, I understand it could happen, but still,
That's so sad, man.
it's crazy. That's a crazy story.
But he's serving life.
He's serving life, but she. I mean, I think they took into account of what was done to her, so she got a plea agreement for second-degree murder versus first degree.
I want to say,
even
too,
though it
she's
was
already
conspired.
engaged.
No, she's married to a guy.
Oh, is she married?
She married a guy that was corresponding to her in prison.
that's freaking weird.
I was going to say, I heard she, like, jumped right into a relationship.
Well, she's
but-
32. I didn't
Yeah.
realize she was so
I don't
old.
care about her. I want to know about the guy. Is he out?
He's life.
I
He's
know.
got
I
life.
know he's got life, but that can always.
No, he's still in prison. I don't. I think it's without parole.
I think it's kind of garbage that he's in prison. I don't know.
He's the murderer.
he did it.
I know, but
Should they have had the same sentence? You mean?
Nicholas
yeah, I kind of feel
John.
like
First degree murder, connection to killing Blanchard's mother. They met on a Christian dating website.
Yep.
If I
Communicated
remember
online
right,
for
too,
2
the way he
years.
did it was extremely graphic.
With a knife.
But I
He,
thought it was
he
like,
continues
personal.
to appeal his own
Very
murder
personal.
conviction.
I thought it was like,
I mean, that's the fast way to do it, though.
yeah,
there's only one way to do it.
He's a scary looking dude.
Graphic.
true.
With a knife, yeah.
But I thought he like full on like beheaded her or something. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know.
He-
I'd rather be
Yeah,
beheaded than stabbed to death.
Yeah,
Go ahead and just take it off. End it quick.
Yeah.
that's crazy, man. I don't know. This world is wild.
Yeah.
We've literally discussed a civil war to now this. What is this world coming to? Awesome stuff,
And
scary
And all the
stuff.
technology in between.
Like,
I'm just along
we
for
go.
the
We'll see
ride.
now.
We'll see what happens.
dude, yeah.
right?
At some point,
Yeah, he's serving a life sentence.
you almost need to just disassociate.
I'm telling you, go to the mountains.
That's what. So
Touch grass, homie.
we always
Yes.
talked about building our own cul-de-sac.
Smoke
Like
gra-
we need to go make our own community. All of us friends,
Commune.
we go make our own commune. Freaking live off the grid.
Find a hypnotist.
We'll filter our urine.
What?
Find
For we need water.
dig a hole.
Yeah, we got wells.
Yeah, it's a better idea. That's why you're coming.
I feel like that's one of those moments when it's like,
Austin, get the life straw.
Yeah. What?
No,
Huh? What?
I like my running water.
It would be,
actually.
you know what would be cool if we all found a piece of property? Like
Let's kick
recreation.
out all your neighbors,
Right.
And we'll just live.
and
yeah.
we'll just take it.
Yeah.
And then we'll put a gate at the end of the street.
deal. Love it.
And maybe the
We'll
city will never
commandeer the
notice.
water. We'll commandeer the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go drill our own pipe and then just siphon it into our own tanks.
They
Why
all
is this
got
so low?
They all got malaria.
Where'd that hole come from?
No, we'd sanitize it. We're good.
We got
I can
ways.
use
He's got ways.
Filtration.
Chlorine.
Activated charcoal. Activated charcoal. Some sand.
Oh well, this
sock.
podcast went every which way,
This was a good vomilet.
and a good
Clean
in
sock,
the
we're not
news
animals.
vomilet all over the place, but lots of fun. We hope you stayed here to the end. Hashtag is gonna be commune.
Commune.
Hashtag commune.
Oh man! If there's anything that you guys would like to have us talk about, obviously this one was a bit more in depth. a
know
bit
there's-
different for us.
There's been a lot of requests for another conspiracy theory.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, dude. I want to get back into that like a lot.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of
Start
fun.
doing some
Yeah.
Yeah.
in-depth topics.
We
Yeah.
need to.
Let's
You
do-
guys are the
let's do a
pros at
We
that.
need to
conspiracy theory.
collaborate and
Let's do it.
We'll do a weird, and then we'll figure it out. So stay tuned. Lots of good stuff coming. And I'm hoping, crossing fingers, the next time we record, I think we'll be in our new studio. Had some setbacks, major things done. I just need to, there's just, now all my motivation's gone, but I got to get it back because I'm tired of it not being done.
so you're gonna hold him accountable.
Yeah, you're holding me accountable, so cannibal.
You're a cannibal.
Hold him accountable.
You know what? Hashtag, you know what? If you really stay to the end, you're going to now do hashtag cannibal. There you go.
Hashtag can of bull.
Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys
The
here.
new name of our
next time.
podcast.
Love you guys.
Thanks for being part of this crowd.
Arrivederci.
I feel the same.
High five. That was a good one.